For its final between those two women teams, Team Czechia and Team USA, at the World Championship here in Visp and Raron. We have a special call from a former player of the Swiss Ice Hockey Team. Ja, wir sind ein Problem an diesen Frauenweltmeisterschaften 2024. Eine frühere Goalie der Schweizer Nationalmannschaft in Eishockey, Sophie Antermatten.
Welcome back, ball hockey fans. 2024 ISBHF World Ball Hockey Championships gold medal matchup here between the United States and Canada, as we are about to have a ceremonial ball drop with a famous Swiss female hockey player, Sophie Raron. So that ceremonial drop is complete, and we will be underway here shortly. United States knocking off Canada in the semifinals in a great overtime thrilling affair, 2-1. Czech Republic knocked off Slovakia, took care of business there, 7-0. And we are underway in a rematch of the gold medal game from Kosice, or pardon me, Pardubice, Czech Republic, between the Czech Republic and the United States, where Czech Republic ended up winning gold. The United States took home silver, the first of 2 consecutive silvers. They ended up winning the silver the following year, 2019, in Kosice. Czech Republic, second time in a row back here in the gold medal game. They lost to the home team Canada in 2022 in Laval, as the United States gained possession here in the neutral zone. In net for the United States, Brooke Waleka, as she's going to get settled here as the Czech Republic dumps it in down deep. The United States battling along the boards. Good job by Elena Orlando. Orlando picks it up back behind the net. Walenka been solid all tournament. Probably will win MVG if the United States plays well here and does what they are capable of doing. I know I'm talking to primarily a U.S. audience here, as there is an alternative stream being handled by ISBHF Executive Secretary David Tor, who is from the Czech Republic, so doing that broadcast in Czech. And if you want to hear what David has to say, you can just click that headphone icon down below, as the U.S. looking to get some early pressure. Shot blocked. Taylor Steadman bodied off the play there as the U.S. goes and gives chase. U.S. getting some fresh legs out here. Oh, early turnover by the U.S. Long shot goes wide. Long shot, easily stick aside by Waleka. You hear chants of Cheshi break out. That is their main chant, as shot goes right into the glove of Waleka, and she'll hold that for a whistle. Looks like both teams are going to get some line changes. So for the Czech Republic, they started out looking like the powerhouse of the tournament here. They, for all intents and purposes, woman-handled Canada, the defending champions. But then they ran up against the United States in the round robin. The United States went up 2-0. Czech Republic fought back hard, came up short in a shootout. Taylor Steadman getting the game-winning goal there. So, but then the United States fell to Canada, and so Canada ended up as the number 2 seed. U.S. was number 3. Czech Republic ended up as the number 1 seed. Slovakia number 4. Shot is batted down in front, and then rifled well wide of the net. U.S. player loses her footing there. Stick aside by Waleka. Another shot on net, blocked down in front. U.S. trying to get an opportunity to clear here, but they can't. As the Czech Republic pours it on early on Waleka, she looks strong. It's a good backhander there by Katarina Tepla. So the Czech Republic, is, along with Canada, has medaled in every women's event since 2007. And they will continue that streak here. The United States looking to pick up their first ever gold medal in the women's division, as the referee blows a tire there. They have 2 silver medals to their credit, as I mentioned, in 2017-2019. As ball rolls off the stick of a Czech player there. Could be early nerves for both teams, right? It's a gold medal game, big event. Obviously, a lot of veterans on both teams here. They've been here before. They know what to expect. They certainly know how to win, right? Or they wouldn't be here. As Emma Seitz takes it back behind the net and I'll try walk it out in front. Ooh, almost a good job by Seitz, stick handling there. That clear, I believe, is going to end up as a flooring call. No, waved off at the last minute by the near referee. So, U.S., well, that was mishandled there in the neutral zone by Becky Dobson, so that'll come back flooring. Czech Republic head coach Michal Rulik. He's done a fantastic job for these Czech ladies. For the United States, Jennifer Wilson, I interviewed her earlier in the tournament. Amazing lady. Very knowledgeable with hockey and schemes, and really just has this team playing well as Dobson carries it into the Czech zone, and we get an offsides call here. So 10:21 remaining in a scoreless affair. I'm your play-by-play commentator, Chris Pekanowicz. Happy to have everybody back home joining us. I know this is a primarily U.S.-based crowd. Obviously, if you speak Czech, you'd be listening to David Tor on the other channel. So I will pull out my Jack Edwards card and be a little bit of a homer here for the United States. As the ball was rattled up around the near boards and then attempted to be chipped into the U.S. zone, but good read on the play there by Karen Levin. Stymied that effort, sent in by Porter. Poke checked away. And then centered by Porter. Shot blocked. Porter trying to get a backhander. Can't get it off. Golden opportunity there for the United States. Boy, credit to Porter. Hustled hard on that play. As it's picked back up by number 6, Petra Herzegova. Back behind the net, we'll dump it off for Teresa Radova. Radova carries it up through the neutral zone. Chipped in by number 7, Kantarova. Intercepted by the U.S. Stedman down there, poke checks it back up. Sent all the way across the floor. U.S. trying to gain the zone. They do. Good hustle play, Maya Kearns. Battle there along the far boards in the neutral zone. Corralled by the United States. Rolls off of a foot. A little too hot to handle for Houston. She's still battling along far boards. Referee asking them to move it. They do. In net for the Czech Republic, Katarina Tepla. Just like her counterpart for the U.S., Brooke Woleka, she has been outstanding all tournament for the Czech Republic. Certainly one of these two women is going to win most valuable goaltender. I'd be shocked if they don't. So dumped in deep to the Czech Republic zone. U.S. giving chase, picked up by the Czechs. Rajova with it. Rifled in, that's going to be a flooring call. 7:58 left here in the first period. Final game of the day. Can't believe we are in the women's gold medal match. I'll tell you what a week it's been here in fabulous Visp and Raron, Switzerland. If you ever get the chance, come visit the area. I'll tell you, it really is something to behold. Just amazing all around. Beautiful scenery. People have been very friendly, the welcoming committee, the organizing committee, everybody's been tremendous. But really, if you're a nature lover, try to find a way as the ball goes up into the mesh netting, how to play behind the glass. Try to find a way into this area, I'm telling you. It is absolutely worth every penny. Lots to do, and as I said, if you're a nature lover, there's so many hiking trails here. You know, obviously you're in the middle of the Swiss Alps here, right close to the Matterhorn, arguably the most famous mountain in the Swiss. Just a beautiful area as we get back to the action here, picked up by the Czech Republic. Passed off to Herzegova. Forwards the ball into the U.S. zone, giving chase to Seitz. Seitz backhands it over to Orlando. Orlando with the ball. Receives it back, dumps it up along the near boards. Intercepted by the Czechs. It's Alexandra Vakos for the U.S. trying to do battle there. Along with Kristina Kaltunkova as we get a long shot in, easily handled aside by Woleka. I've got to tell you, Kaltunkova, I've called the majority of the Czech games. So we get a hand pass on the zone here. Arguably their best player. I mean, she, on paper, she may not be the best player. I'm obviously not as familiar with the Czech Republic roster as I am with the U.S., but just from the way she's played, she's playing really well. So if I'm the U.S. coaching staff and I'm looking at the, you know, the digital media files trying to scout this team, I'm keeping an eye on Kaltunkova. Wouldn't shock me at all if she ended up on the tournament all-star team, I'll tell you. She's just really played well. Back to the U.S. Shot up into the neutral zone and then rattled up. U.S. trying to gain the zone here. Sent in by Megan Fortier. And then given chase Now Fortier is going to pick it up, try and walk it in. Try to give and go there. Was intercepted by the Czechs. Kicked up, but then intercepted again by the Czechs. Poke forward. U.S. needs to be careful here. Long shot goes high over the glass as that Czech player will now get a change. Long shot right into the glove of Woleka, and she's going to swallow it up as the Czech player runs into her. U.S. takes a little bit of exception to that. Number 9, Karen Levin, making sure that the Czech player who just let her momentum get carried forward there into Woleka understands that that type of behavior shall not be tolerated moving forward. Face off down deep in the zone to the left of Woleka, firing around the boards. Battle won by the U.S. and we have... Well, it's hard for me to see what the referee called there because she was up along the board directly below what I have been referring to as the bird box. I couldn't see the whistle. Czech player hurt? Is that why they stopped the play? I don't see a penalty box door being open, so I don't know. There's clearly no call on the play, so it's an injury timeout, yes. So the Czech trainer coming out, trying to take a look at the player there. Maybe she lost her footing. Let's see. Well, I mean, she's pushed into the boards. You know, it starts out like a cross check. Obviously, there wasn't because the referee was right there to make the call. I mean, it just looked like good body positioning there from a hockey perspective. But back to the action. Sent back behind the U.S. zone. Both teams seem a little tentative right now, I got to say, compared to how I've seen them play throughout the tournament. Not saying they're playing scared, just seem, you know, a little tentative, you know, maybe nerves, right? Just afraid to make a potentially costly turnover because both teams know each other, you know, well at this point. And they know that both teams put the ball in the back of the net if given the opportunity. So we will continue to see how this one pans out. As I'm trying to see the numbers down there. So I see number 21, Pam Bilger for the U.S. Looks like that ended up getting chipped in by the Czech Republic. However, it's a flooring call, so benefit for the United States. That faceoff will come all the way back down deep to the right of Katarina Tepla. 5:20 left in the first period here. Women's gold medal match from beautiful Lanza Arena. Happy to have you with us. See you on the Jumbotron 1080p Ultra 4K high definition screen. Some of the U.S. coaching staff, Jake Denny, Angelo Tirana. Rattled around to the far boards. Picked up by Maratova. Sent up. Will the U.S. be able to keep this in? They will. And they rifle it back down deep. So still some tired legs out there for the Czechs. Well, one goes off. Another one's trying to come off. She does get off. Okay, so the Czechs are going to be able to get some fresh legs out here as they look to try and dump it deep. U.S. bodies the player off the ball. Woleka's going to stop it. So the Czechs have 5 fresh legs out right now. Lobbed into the Czech zone. No flooring on the play. U.S. has 2 in there down deep. Trying to do battle. Long shot from the point. I believe it was deflected wide. U.S. picks it up. Giving chase is Dobson. Dobson with it. U.S. trying to wheel and deal in front. Got an open player. Shot score! Oh, what a play off the boards! The United States takes the lead. The goal will be given to Emma Seitz, but what a heads-up play coming off the boards, and credit to Seitz for finding the open spot. I don't know what happened on the Czechs with the defensive breakdown there, how they didn't see Seitz sneak in all alone from the blue line. Well, a key mental mistake here in the first period as a couple of Czech defenders try and console the goal. You take a look at the replay. You got 3 Czech defenders there on the U.S. player, and there's Seitz all alone. I mean, there's not a player in the screen. There's absolutely nothing that Templer can do on that. Just an amazing heads-up play by Karen Levin. Well, I mean, she's a veteran of these World Championships. Credit to her. I mean, outstanding heads-up play. I'm just shocked the Czechs let that happen. So Dobson gets second assist on that. Levin gets primary. The goal to Emma Seitz. Yeah, and she's been one of the USA's best players. Called her name quite a bit. As Taylor Stedman has it now. Long shot by Stedman. Goes high over the crossbar. Bounces into the corner. US has it now, walking in all alone. Shot blocked by the Czechs. Well, chance of USA breaking out now here at Lanza Arena. USA certainly with the momentum. Up 1-0 with 3 minutes remaining here. Picked up. Kat Murphy with it. Kat trying to circle around. Gets taken down. No call. Throws it on net. Just goes wide. Czechs try to send it up out of the zone. They do. Giving chase is the US. Colleen Murphy. Oh, turnover by the US. Down low, shot deflected. Oh, just missed. Bad play there by the US. Got to be careful. Got to clean that up. Czech Republic almost got the equalizer a minute later there. There would have been no chance for Waleka to stop that. The Czech center it. Shot goes high over the glass. Back behind the net. Still being rattled around. US finally gains possession. And here they go. Now there's a potential breakout 3-on-2. Czechs hustling back, trying to negate it. US fires it in. Hey, it's a smart play, right? You know, a little gas there. Hope for a rebound. Absolutely a good, smart play there by Madeline Evangelou. 2 minutes, 2 seconds left as the Czechs get some fresh legs in addition to the US. I'm still stunned that the Czechs just let Seitz walk in all alone like that. You know, this stage of the tournament, right, as USA Ball Hockey President Chris Banks likes to say, the deep end of the pool, you just don't see teams really make mistakes like that. And obviously the Czech coaching staff, Michael Brulik, is going to have to clean that up. Poke check back into the zone. US trying to keep sustained pressure here. Czechs trying to get some opportunity here as that ball is going to skirt all the way back into their zone. Minute 30 remaining in the opening period. Czechs gain the zone. Looking for a centering pass. Nothing there. Long shot easily seen the whole way by Waleka. Just a routine pad save. Oh, good play. Kept in at the point there by the Czechs. US trying to get it out. They do. Poke checked away onto the stick of Elena Orlando. She pumps it in down low. No flooring on the play. Minute remaining in the first period. Orlando pinches. Being hemmed in along the boards by Martino. Giving chase is your goal scorer, Seitz. Seitz bodied off the play. Picked up by the Czechs. Dumped it down deep. That's number 98, Kaltenkova. US got to keep a body on her. She's dangerous. Dumped up along the far boards. Seitz over to Dobson. Back to Seitz. Centering attempt onto the stick of Akos. Battle behind the net. Referee has arm up now. We might get a call on the Czechs for interference, I think. Yeah, she walked right over. Signaled holding. Well, there's 10.8 seconds left in the period. So I'm going to put on my Jack Edwards hat, as I like to call him, be a homer here. This is a bad penalty. There's no reason for that, right? There's no hockey value in that penalty, right? she had no outlet with the ball. Why put your team at a disadvantage, right? You just got to be smarter than that. Now, you know, assuming the U.S. doesn't bury one here within 10 seconds, you know, they're going to have 1 minute and 50 seconds on the man advantage. Starts second period. That's just not how you want to go into the locker room, right? Got to be smarter than that. It's a bad penalty. One back quickly by the U.S. Fakes a shot. Fakes a shot. They got to get it on net here. 5 seconds. 4. Long wrist shot. Just goes wide. 1 second. Can they get one more? Long wrister. Glove down. Right at the buzzer. Katarina Tepla. Okay, so, hey, 10-minute break between periods. I'm going to go take care of the vocal cords and we'll be back to bring you all the action. U.S. leading the Czech Republic in the women's gold medal game, 1-0. We'll see you back here in 10.
See you in 10 minutes.
Lass dein Traum wahr werden. Wird zum Profi. ochsnerhockey.ch
All right, welcome back here. Ready for the start of the second period. U.S. leading the Czech Republic 1-0. Your goal scorer, Emma Seitz, primary assist on a heck of a play by Karen Levin, veteran of Team USA, also assisted by another veteran, Team USA, Becky Dobson. With the 1-0 lead, and now on the woman advantage here for a minute and 42 to start the second period. U.S. with a prime opportunity to take a 2-goal lead. Shots on goal, which you can get at stats.isbhf.com. The Czech netminders only made 2 saves, so the U.S. has only had 3 shots. One of them found the back of the net. Brooke Wieleka has made 7 saves on net as the U.S. takes possession now in the Czech zone. So back to Vakos. Back behind the net, Vakos receives the pass. She's got Murphy up there, number 10, Murphy. Back to the point to Levin, down to Murphy. U.S. may be setting up a one-timer here. A little tic-tac-toe, Levin. Oh, centering attempt, intercepted by the Czech Republic. They get the clear. A couple of players are going to go off here for a set of fresh legs with 1 minute remaining on the woman advantage. U.S. looking for a long outlet pass here. Up to Vakos. It back to Murphy. U.S. still needs to gain the zone. They do. Down to Vakos. Wheels and deals back to Murphy. Murphy patient with the ball. Over to Levin. Back to Murphy. 36 seconds left on the penalty. Murphy receives a pass. Over to Levin. Got a shooting lane here. One-timer. Blocked. Outstanding effort there again. Kristina Kaltenkova said her name quite a bit. She's been one of their best players. Levin, long fake shot from the point, redirect, almost went in. I think that hit the side of the net as Dobson is pushed down. The U.S. looked upset there, but no call on the play. Levin now with it, 5 seconds remaining on the woman advantage. Over to Murphy, and we're going to get crease violation here on the United States. Well, that'll effectively do it for the woman advantage here. Missed opportunity for the United States. You know, credit to the Czech Republic for killing this off. U.S. just didn't have any good looks at the net there. They just didn't. It wasn't for lack of effort. You just got to give credit where credit is due. Czech Republic just clogging the shooting lanes. The U.S. really had nothing to look at the net. Face off one back by the Czechs. We are back at even strength as Stedman battles down low. Along the near boards, taken by Rajova. Back behind the net. Czechs looking for an outlet. Up to center floor, dumped in, intercepted by the U.S. Chipped up along the boards. 4 players battling there. Ball finally skirts loose. U.S. takes possession. Cross-floor pass. Onto the stick of Elena Orlando. Orlando with it. U.S. still having some trouble here trying to get through the neutral zone. Czech so far with an aggressive forecheck now that they're back at even strength. U.S. back behind the net. Over to Maya Kearns, now Stedman with it. Stedman lobs it up softly. Into the zone goes Sofia Agostinelli. Battling hard, just below the U.S. bench, taken by the Czech Republic. Androva has it behind the net. Just past the 12-minute mark remaining here in the second period. U.S. 1-0 over the Czech Republic. Intercepted by the U.S. here. They do not have numbers, however. Centering attempt goes wide, and then it skirts in front. Shot! Oh, what a stop. I think that went off the stick up into the mesh netting behind it. U.S. caught Templo by surprise. We'll take a look at the replay here. They did not have numbers. And it just ended up squirting somehow. Yeah, right there in front. And Templo was able to get a stick on it, deflected up in front off of the stick. Hannah Lindy. Face off, back to the point. Long shot by Levin. Ooh, that was a blistering shot. Just goes wide, picked up by Lindy. Lindy trying to center attempt, nobody there. Levin's gonna have to hustle to keep this in. She does. Sent in back down deep. U.S. with sustained pressure now in the Czech zone. Worked along the boards down low. 4 players battling down there. Referee yelling to move it. U.S. trying to gain possession. Back to the point. Rattled around behind the boards. Giving chase is Evangelou. Evangelou dumps it behind the net. Rolls off the stick. Cat Murphy, but back in front. Shot! Save! Oh, let's remember that save. That was a big one by Tepla. As the Czech Republic does not have numbers here, dump it on net harmlessly on Waleka. She's going to stick that into the corner. Taken by Kentarova. Kentarova trying to work the ball out in front. Bodied off the play. Back to the point. Long shot. Hits a body in front. Picked up by the U.S. U.S. player loses their footing. And then Czech player fans on the poke check attempt. As the Czechs get some fresh legs out now. Back to Kaltenkova. Being worked on the play by Colleen Murphy. Centering attempt blocked by the U.S. Good job there by Maya Kearns going down to block that centering attempt. Hustling on the play, Megan Fortier on the forecheck. It's going to be intercepted by the U.S., but then poke checked away. Good play by the Czech Republic there. Manartova dumps it in center. Chipped up by the U.S. out of the zone. Just past the 10-minute mark remaining here. 9:50 left in the second period. U.S. holding on to a 1-0 lead. Centering attempt, long shot, fanned. Another long shot, easily handled by Waleka. And she's just going to smother this. Let the U.S. get reset here as they seem a little out of sorts in the neutral zone play there. 9:41 remaining. Gold medal matchup, Czech Republic. Lost in 2022 to Canada. U.S. back in the gold medal game for the first time since 2019. Looking for their first ever gold medal in the women's division. And just as a reminder for you fans at home here, this is the first time in ISBHF history where if the game goes into overtime, we will have continuous overtime. So the women's gold medal match and the men's gold medal match will see continuous overtime if it should reach that. There will be no shootouts to decide the gold medal winner. As the U.S. takes possession here, trying to find a passing lane in front, nothing happened, and shot, oh! I think that was misplayed by Tepla because she put it right back out in front, and then luckily she had a defenseman there to just clear it. As the U.S. player was ready to bury that rebound into the open net. I believe that was number 6, Seitz, who would have got her second on the day. Rattled around to the far boards. Picked up behind the net. Manartova gets it back. Up into the neutral zone. Long clear in. Giving chase is Levin. Back behind the net over to Murphy. Murphy chips it back to Levin. A lot of fans in attendance here for both Czech Republic and the United States. They've been loud. It's a high energy atmosphere here at Lonza Arena. Worked back in deep by Dobson. Dobson carrying it, trying to center it out in front. Gets tripped up, no call on the play. Referee waves it off. U.S. arguing there should have been a call there. Not happening. Pinned it along the boards. Referee there yelling at him to move it. Ball still loose between some feet. 4 players there. They still haven't moved it. U.S. trying to dig it out. Sarah Houston there trying to get a stick on it, can't. Finally taken by Agostinelli. Looking for somebody to pass it off to. Back to the point, ends up on the stick of Pam Bilger. Stedman now with it, lost it. Czech Republic trying to get it out of danger here and get it deep into the U.S. zone. U.S. very quick on that back check. Good stick work there by Bilger. Back behind the net, over to Colleen Murphy. 7:10 left here in the second period. U.S. up 1-0 on the Czech Republic gold medal game. U.S. waiting for something to happen here. Forward's got to start running. Give the defense an outlet pass, chipped up by Agostinelli. into the Czech Republic zone. However, Kosanova's going to beat her to the play as Gostinelli goes off. That was a long shift for her. Centering attempt, nobody there. Czechs got to be smarter with that ball when they get into the U.S. zone. Picked up by the U.S. Sent up across the red line, now dumped in deep. U.S. going to give chase on the forecheck here. Catherine Murphy. Bounces off of a foot on Kaltikova. She tries a centering attempt, bounces off a couple of feet. A little bit of ping pong action there. Dumped in down deep. As Evangelou goes off for a change after firing that ball in down deep with 6 minutes remaining here in the second period. U.S. clinging to a 1-0 lead. Ball skirts into the near corner. Chipped up, kept in. Good pinch there by Levin. 3 U.S. players battling, try and keep it down low. They do, picked up by Dobson. Dobson trying to make a move, wheeling and dealing in front. Referee blows it dead. Well, I think the U.S. bench is a little unhappy as I think I saw the ball pop loose too, but listen, the referee can't see it from that angle. You know, I've refereed games myself. It's the right call. See Dobson make the move here. You see the ball get stuffed, and then there you saw it. It was loose, and that's what the U.S. was yelling at. But listen, it's pinched between the stick and the pad. Referee can't see it. It's the right call. With 5:29 remaining here in the first period, second period. Clean face-off went back to Masai. Chachu just goes over the crossbar. Vako sends it back in down deep. U.S. all over the Czechs in the second period as Czech Republic now screaming for a high stick. No call on the play. Hey, looked like good hockey to me. You know, maybe the Czech player tried to sell it as they walk in now. Drops it, but again, just bad passing attempts by the Czech Republic. Got to be smarter with the ball there when you have attack zone time, right? I mean, that's just is effectively an unnecessary turnover. As to reach 4 minutes and 45 seconds left here. Ball dumped in down deep. No flooring on the play. Stopped by Waleka, rattled around. Picked up by Chelsea Monahan. Dumps it up. Monahan gets it back. Dumps it in down deep. Giving chase. Megan Fortier. Fortier pins her woman along the boards. In comes Monahan to help. Both of them still trying to work it loose here. Fortier loses a stick. Go back to pick it up. Czech Republic tries to get it out. They can't. Sent in back down deep. Now on a stick to Fortier. Turner, down shot, score! Fortier on the turnaround, caught Templer by surprise. And the United States goes up 2-0. What a play by Fortier. That's the kind of hustle the United States needs if they want to walk away with gold. We'll get a look at the replay here. The U.S. bench is ecstatic right now. Every player on their feet, high five, and take a look at the replay. Just a quick turnaround shot, right? She doesn't even know where the ball is going to go on net, but hey, you've heard me say it probably 100 times this week. Throwing the ball on net is never a bad play, and that's why, right? The goaltender partially screened. Just finds a spot between the glove and the pad. U.S. up 2-0 now. All the momentum in the world. I'll tell you, for you fans at home, you can feel it's an electric atmosphere here at Lance Arena. The U.S. fans are standing on their feet. Ball gets chipped up, deflected into the U.S. bench. Czech Republic, I'm looking down up here from the Burbach. They just look shell-shocked. That's not the kind of goal you expect to go in because, you know, it's a turnaround, right? It's just a quick bang-bang play. Forte wins the battle off the boards. Next thing you know, the ball's in the back of the net. You know, Czech Republic's just got to shake this off. U.S., do what you're doing, right? Continue the good forecheck here, positive pressure. Continue to get good attack zone time. As Czech Republic fires the ball in down deep. Hemmed in along the boards. 2 U.S. players there. Referee watching the play closely. Ball still trying to be worked loose. Picked up by the Czechs. Back to the point. Long shot blocked. Good job there by number 2, Madeline Evangelou. Good intercept by the United States there. Chipped up towards the point. Long dump in towards the corner. Picked up by Kantarova. She loses it to the U.S. Picked up by Lindy. Lindy now being hemmed in by Kantarova. Lindy strong on the ball. Still battling. Still battling. Czech Republic picks it up, but again, good stick work there on the part of number 12, Megan Fortier, the goal scorer. Just, doing what needs to be done. U.S. now in the Czech zone. Shot goes off the leg into the corner, picked up by the Czech Republic. U.S. potentially caught here in a bad change. Got to hustle back. Emma Seitz does, negates the potential 3-on-2. Good hustle play in the part of Seitz there. Picked up by Dobson behind the net. Dobson looking to advance and blows a tire. Cross-floor pass. And we get a whistle here. Dobson slow to get up. We're going to get a call? We're getting a penalty? We are. It's against the Czech Republic on number 98, Kaltenkova. Well, the U.S. back on the woman advantage now. Take a look at the replay here. I mean, it looked like good hockey. Dobson ran into her, but there it is. There's the bump. Yep, well, hey, if you're the Czech Republic coaching staff, you got to be telling your players, right? No more dumb penalties. That's 2 now. We can't take any more. It's 2-0. There's 2 minutes, 17 seconds left. We're effectively on the on the penalty kill for the remainder of this period. Ladies, we just can't take bad penalties like that. So back to the action. Murphy at the point. Murphy looking. Czechs hogging the shooting lane. Still no shooting lane. Back to the point to Murphy. Shot deflected by the net. Score! The U.S. goes up 3-0. The Czechs are shell-shocked. The netminder's still back. In the crease, was laying on her back for a good 10 seconds. This is incredible. I'm looking down at the Czech bench right now. They don't even know what to make of it. Hey, credit to the U.S. They're getting their opportunities and they're finishing. That's what you got to do. You want to take home the gold, you got to work for it. Take a look at the replay here. Long shot from the point by Murphy. The initial save is made. I believe they're going to give the goal to Vakos. We'll see it on the replay here. Yeah, that should be Vakos on the goal. And we're going to get a goalie change here now. As that'll be it for Katarina Templa. In comes Anita Zhirkova. Wow. I got to tell you, I've called a lot of these games. I didn't see this one going this way. I felt like this was going to be a back and forth affair. Both teams high energy. But the Czechs have just had it taken to them by the United States. I'm still looking down at the Czech bench. They just look shell-shocked. The only thing is shell-shocked. 3-0 the United States. Flooring call. Face-off will come back down deep into the U.S. zone to the right of Oleka. And the U.S. with all the momentum in the world right now. So Vakos gets the goal, assisted by Dobson and Murphy.
28-03, goal Team USA. Scorer number 6, Alexandra Vakos. Assisted by number 5, Becky Dobson. And assisted by 10, Colleen Murphy.
So Colleen Murphy gets second assist on that, the long shot. Minute 20 remaining here in the second period. U.S. in complete control of this game right now. 3-0, the gold medal game. Player is body checked into the boards, and we're going to call here again against the Czech Republic. That's an obvious call. I just don't understand that. Listen, I get you're frustrated, but you can't continue to put your team at a disadvantage. You just saw the U.S. bury one on the power play, and you take an unnecessary penalty. Well, if I'm the United States, hey, good for us. Send back out the squad. They do. Try and make it 4-0. There's 1:10 left. Penalty is on number 66, Teresa Radova. See the play there? I mean, it's right in front of the ref. What do you expect her to do? Not make the call? So back to Murphy at the point. Now over to Levin. Levin walking it towards center. Murphy might have rolled her ankle there. She can't get up. Murphy's hurt. They're going to have to send somebody out to tend to her. I didn't see exactly what happened, but she tried to get up and then just immediately favored her ankle or her knee. We might get a look at it on the replay, but so there's Murphy. Just gets bumped. You know what? That might be a hamstring groin. Well, that's a bad stretch. When you're not prepared for it, you take a look at her left leg there, the way she lands on it. Yeah, that's a lot. That's just a lot of pressure on the hip joint. Hopefully she's okay. Being helped up to the floor. Obviously she's a warrior. Probably send her back into the dressing room, with 48 seconds basically left here in the period, and have her tended to by the United States training staff. So while we're waiting for the draw, we'll just go ahead and recap the scoring here. Obviously, the United States up 3-0. So first goal, Emma Seitz, assisted by Levin and Dobson. Second goal, Megan Fortier, assisted by Bilger and Monahan. And then the last goal, Vakos, assisted by Dobson and Murphy. All right, dumped into the U.S. zone. Czech Republic giving chase. They don't have numbers, though. They got to be careful here not to get caught, because the U.S. is going to end up with a 4-on-2. If they manage to get it clear here, 30 seconds remaining. Czechs trying to eat some time on this power play. Now the other forward backs up as the U.S. takes possession here. 20 seconds remaining in the period. Into the zone, Stedman. Fires it, cross corner. Seitz can't get to it in time. That's going to be kept in at the point. Good job there by Kearns. U.S. got to get an opportunity on net here. They're running out of time. That'll be it. Well, hey, it's never happened in U.S. history, right? You're up 3 goals in the gold medal game, men's or women's division. They are 1 period away from walking home with the first ever gold medal in United States history. We'll be back at the start of the third. U.S. up 3-0 on the Czech Republic.
dein Traum wahr werden. Wird zum Profi. ochsnerhockey.ch
Stedman for a passing lane here. Down the side. Sides tried to get it into the center, went off of a foot. 20 seconds left on the woman advantage. Stedman goes back to pick it up. U.S. gains the zone. Tried to get rifled out, intercepted. Good read on the play by Seitz. Back at full strength is the Czech Republic. Battle along the near boards below me. Looks like 4 players there trying to dig it out. Still trying to dig it out. Finally squirts loose. Picked up by Agostinelli. Trying to stick handle out of trouble. Long dump in. That's going to end up getting gloved by the replacement netminder, Anita Zhirikova. 13:40 remaining. Referee getting ready for the face-off. There was a late change there. One to the side by the Czechs, then picked back up, dumped behind their net. Looking to get through the neutral zone clean. They can once again. Good intercept there. Victoria Bigetti on the play. Czechs once again trying to get their way through the neutral zone. U.S. clogging it. Dumped in down deep. Bigetti gives chase. Wins the battle. Chips it back down deep behind the net. Centered up towards Seitz. Seitz tries to chip it out. Going to end up being kept in there. Good play by Skorpakova. A couple of players take a tumble. Ends up on the stick of a U.S. player, but a little too hot to handle off the boards. Goes back down deep to Bigetti. Bigetti, yes, it is still Bigetti. So she's going to go off for a change. Ball dumped in deep by Vakos, and the U.S. is going to continue the rest of their line changes there. So 12:20 remaining here in the third period. U.S. in a commanding 3-0 lead against the Czech Republic. Looking for their first ever gold medal in the women's division. 2-time silver medalist. As both players fall down on their knees there. Lindy trying to get a stick on that, unable to, and the pass comes all the way to the near boards. Dumped back in down deep by the Czechs. Picked up by Colleen Murphy. Centering attempt. Nice crisp pass onto the stick of Evangelou. Centering attempt blocked by the Czechs. Still having some trouble through the neutral zone once again. Picked up by Lindy. Lindy was trying to dump that in deep and go chase it. Ended up going off of a foot, but picked up by the U.S. in the neutral zone along the near boards. Dumped in by the Czechs. Up along the near boards. Chipped in deep. There's a turnaround shot. Oh, good save. Boy, that could have been dangerous, especially coming off the stick of Kaltenkova, but Waleka was ready for it. 11 minutes remaining, and that pass is Aaron's going to go all the way into the Czech zone. U.S. giving chase. Great hustle play there by Agostinelli. Got 2 Czech defenders on her, trying to kill some clock here. Doing great work. Trying to throw it out in front, does. Nobody there to receive it. U.S. content not to pinch on the play. Smart move. Czechs with possession now in their own zone. Still struggling again to get through the neutral zone. Good read on the part of the U.S. player, Megan Fortier. Finally, the Czechs managed to get it in down deep. Held in place by Waleka, picked up by Pagetti. Along the far boards. Center attempt onto the stick of Lisa Kilroy. U.S. able to get it right out of the zone. Chelsea Monahan on the forecheck. Trying to work it over off the stick of Martino. Now up along the far boards, back into the neutral zone. Czechs chip it in deep. Immediately intercepted by the U.S. Czechs just nowhere really to go with the ball. Dumped in down deep, 9 minutes, 30 seconds remaining. Center attempt goes off of a foot. Picked up by Fortier. Fortier failed clearing attempt there. Intercepted by the Czech Republic. On the stick of Radova. Fake shot attempt. Shot. Oh, that hit a body and ended up skirting wide. Waleka was screened on that one. Back behind the net. Czech trying to walk it out in front. They do. Turnaround shot. Wide. The U.S. looking a little tired at the end of this shift here. Czech starting to get a little bit of momentum. Centering attempt, backhand save, Waleka, another save! Finally, she manages to smother it. Referee gets a whistle as a tired set of 5 U.S. players come off. Hey, credit to them, they never gave up on the play. Waleka bailed them out in the end, but they never stopped battling. Face off one by the Czechs. Good block there by Seitz. Sent in down deep. Still battling behind the net. Kearns there for the U.S. Trying to walk it out in front. Shot goes off the side of the net. U.S. player. Good job forcing that shot wide. Czechs behind the net. Center attempt blocked. Orlando threw it up along the near boards, now picked up. Vakos has it. Vakos centering attempt. Seitz tried to immediately redirect that on net, unable to. Good stick work by the Czech defender. Picked up by Pagetti. Oh, center attempt intercepted. Czechs don't have numbers here, they're just getting a change as Pagetti bats it down the neutral zone. Now that potentially U.S. has an opportunity here. Levin gains the zone. Tries to get it in down low to Lindy. Just bounced off her stick, centering attempt. Corralled by the Czechs. Picked up by Martino. Czech Republic trying to still work it through the neutral zone. They gain the zone. Battle down deep. Center attempt, nobody there to receive it. Kept in at the point by Teresa Radova. Back behind the net, picked up by Lindy. Along the far boards, U.S. centering attempt. Off the stick of Evangelou, back into the U.S. side of the red line. Czechs gain the zone. 6 minutes, 50 seconds remaining. U.S. looking for their first ever gold medal in the women's division here at the ISBHF World Ball Hockey Championships. Czech Republic desperately trying to find an answer. Shot blocked by the U.S. And we get a crease violation. Faceoff will come out to neutral zone with 6 minutes, 34 seconds remaining. Well, one would have to assume head coach Mikhail Brulik for the Czech Republic is going to have to just shorten the bench at this point. They have just not been able to find an answer here. Ball bounces around a few feet down there. Stedman now harassing the Czech forward. Long shot, misses the net. Sent up, kept in at the point by the Czechs. Long shot, Blocked down in front by U.S. defender, loses her footing. Trying to see which number that was that blocked it. I think that was number 10, Colleen Murphy. Yep, that blocked it. Murphy still with it. Murphy chips it up. U.S. has possession now, dumping it in deep. So the clock is the friend of the United States right now. This is a perfectly fine play. Dump it in, get fresh legs out there, and make sure you continue to not let the Czechs gain clean access through the neutral zone. All the way across the far boards, Czechs forced to dump it in down deep. Up to the point, wrist shot, blocked down in front. U.S. again, clogging shooting lanes, right? Doing the right things here. Battle one along the far boards. U.S. trying to get it out of the zone. They do. Good job there. That's going to eat up some more clock. Czechs again enter the neutral zone. U.S. with 2 forecheckers there. They got 3 back at the blue line. Body on body. Dumped in down deep. Czechs give chase. Bjetti using her feet. Keeping those legs moving around to Levin. Levin with it. Back to Bjetti. Up along the boards. Back up to Bjetti. Bjetti has room to carry this. She chooses to just dumping it in. Smart play. Get more fresh legs out there. 4 minutes, 30 seconds remaining. Intercepted at the blue line again by the U.S. Turnover shot just goes wide. Nice hard wrist shot. Center attempt goes through the crease. Turnaround shot blocked. Back to the point. Long clapper shot wide. U.S. finally picks it up. Colleen Murphy. Under 4 remaining now. Back to the point. Czechs desperately trying to find an answer here. Long shot blocked again by the United States as cheers are up. Colleen Murphy. U.S. gains the zone, dumps it in. They're going to offer a change. Great coaching job being done here by the United States. Just keeping fresh legs out there. The clock is their friend. 3 minutes, 25 seconds remaining here. Sent in down deep by the Czechs. Centering attempt. Batted back behind the net by the U.S. Picked up by number 14, Orlando. Back over to Kearns. Kearns with it up along the near boards. That's going to come out of the zone now. Taylor Stedman with it. Stedman wheeling and dealing back to the point. Over to Agostinelli. Just dumps it into the far boards. Picked up by Houston. Back behind the net towards Stedman. Under 3 minutes remaining. The U.S. this close away from their first ever gold medal in the women's division here. Sent in deep by the Czechs. Turnaround shot again blocked. U.S. giving them nothing to look at on the net here. You can see the frustration on the Czechs. Shot easy, save, seen the whole way from beyond the blue line by Waleka. Just pads it aside to the corner. Another long shot, easily swallowed up by Waleka. We'll get a draw here. 2 minutes, 20 seconds remaining. U.S. fans cheering, clapping, ringing bells. Everybody on their feet on the United States bench as Waleka takes a big gulp of water there. See here on the replay, that long shot went wide. Another long shot from the point. Czechs just with no answer. None. Face-off won by the United States, then pinched up along the boards. Good keep in by the Czechs. Long shot, deflected. Is that going to get out of the zone? It does. Czechs off to come back out. Rifled in, under 2 minutes remaining now. U.S. content to just kill some clock here. Becky Dobson eating it up. Dobson working the boards. Czechs got to get another body down here. They do not have the luxury of letting Dobson just stand there along the boards. Dobson doing an unbelievable job here. There's 20 seconds elapsed on the clock now. Unbelievable work. 30 seconds gone by almost. Bodies collapsing. Finally, the ball scorer salutes Dobson back on her feet. Look at the effort. Tell me she doesn't want it. A minute 15 left. Finally pinched into the U.S. zone by the Czech Republic. Centering attempt, U.S. Czech Republic trying to give and go, not happening. U.S. just staying with their woman here as we go to the 1 minute remaining mark. The United States this close. They can feel it. Czechs desperately trying to get something going again. They can't. Chip back behind the net, 45 seconds remaining. Sent all the way back into the Czech zone. Czechs still haven't pulled their netminder. Now she's coming towards the bench. Czechs gain the zone, but immediately poke checked. Outstanding stick work by Kat Helling. Long shot in, just goes wide. U.S. bench jumping up and down. 10 seconds. Long shot from the point goes wide. Thrown it on net. Swallowed up by Waleka, 3.1 seconds away. The United States from their first ever gold medal in the women's division. Czech net is empty, not that it matters. Dobson comes out, sights. I see Alexandra Vakos coming out. And we get timeout by the Czech Republic. Just trying to give their players some oxygen. Amala, it's 3-0. All right, there's 3 seconds left. As the U.S. huddles around Brooke. Boy, she's just been stellar in net, pitching a shutout here. Can't say enough good things about number 29, Brooke Waleka. We are ready for the draw. Timeout's over. 3 seconds left here. U.S. ready to take home the gold medal. Face off back into the corner. And that's it. The United States takes home their first ever gold medal in the women's division. Congratulations to the United States. What a game. Brooke Waleka in net pitches a shutout. Game-winning goal ends up going to Emma Seitz. Your other goal scorers, Megan Fortier, Alexandra Vakos. Coaching staff ecstatic, players ecstatic. And for the Czech Republic, they'll have to settle for the silver medal. They just didn't have it this game. The United States was the better team. They were all over the Czech Republic from the get-go. Czechs had no answer on how to counter the neutral zone, especially when the United States pressed on the forecheck. Well, it's just unbelievable. Tears of joy being shed all around. What an amazing feeling. For all you fans back home, I'll tell you, it's just incredible to see these women celebrate like this. Fans up in the stands cheering. An absolutely momentous occasion here for the United States. They earned it. They beat the Czechs in the round robin in a shootout 3-2. only loss of the tournament came to Canada. They just had it all week. They really did. For the Czech Republic, obviously, they're disappointed. You know, nobody wants to go home with silver when you have a chance with gold, but listen, they just got beat today by a better team. There's no shame in that. It happens. Sometimes you just don't have it. They just didn't have it in this game. Can't really point to anything the coaches did. You know, the players ran hard. You know, the U.S. just played a better game. You know, it wasn't like the Czech Republic handed this game to the United States on a silver platter with some bad turnovers in front. And yeah, you know, the first goal with Emma Seitz, she walked in all alone. But listen, Emma Seitz is a goal scorer, right? She knows how to find open spots. Karen Levin, a veteran of these World Championships, made the play off the boards, found Seitz all alone. Yeah, would they like to have that back? Obviously, but you know, that's not what cost them the game. I mean, they had a chance to get back in it after that. They couldn't. They just didn't have an answer. They didn't. They did not have an answer. If ever there was a game where, you know, one team was just better throughout the game, this was that game. As far as the gold medal game goes, the United States was just better. Everything the Czech threw at them, they had an answer. As the U.S. waves to their fans up in the stands there. I can only imagine how the U.S. coaching staff must feel. So much work goes into this. Jennifer Wilson, Angelo Tirana, Jacob Denny, the training staff, assistant coach Jason Kelly, who was keeping track of stats. I mean, boy, you just got to feel for Jason. He's put his heart and soul into the women's program. As he gives his good friend Angelo Tirano a hug and a kiss. I would be remiss if I didn't mention that all this started with Jamie Cook. I'm sure Jamie's watching right now, and you're as much a part of this as anybody else, pal. Jamie effectively assembled the women's program in the United States and really put it together here for the ISBHF. The first Women's World Championship in 2007 in Radich, Germany. And I'm sure he is as happy as anybody to see the United States take home this victory. As my voice is cracking, I'm doing my best to continue to deliver some good commentary here as they award play-by-play game. Pardon me, Player of the Game award. So for the Czech Republic, number 21, Carolina Kasanova wins it. I see the Czech Republic president down there, Martin Komarek, handing out the awards. ISBHF president Elio Pascuzzo to his right. For the USA,
display number 9, Karen Levin.
Karen Levin gets player of the game. Absolutely, totally agree with that choice. Again, it's chosen by the coaching staff. I'll tell you, that first goal, you know, Seitz gets credit for it, but if not for the absolute brilliant board play and hustle work by Karen Levin, that play never would have happened. What a veteran for this team. Congratulations to her. I'm sure her family back home watching. Couldn't be happier for her as she gets a bunch of high fives from the teammates there. ISBHF President Elio Pascuzzo, along with Executive Secretary David Torrey, gets ready to hand out the first ever medals to the United States. They will give out the silver first to the Czech Republic and then pass out the gold to the United States. So we're also going to see tournament awards here. We'll see the tournament all-star team, most valuable defender, most valuable forward, most valuable goalie.
President of the Czech Hockey Federation. Die weitere Awards werden überreicht von dem ISBHF-Präsident Eliot Skutzo, Corey Hirsch, Director of Hockey Operations von USA Ballhockey und Martin Komarek, Präsident von der Tschechischen Ballhockey-Föderation.
Just so happy as an American for all the fans back home watching. Just truly amazing. A privilege to call it. Hope you enjoyed it. Just so happy for these amazing ladies.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will now announce the best players of the Women's World Championship 2024 ball hockey. Die beste Torhüterin aus der Mannschaft, the best goalkeeper from team USA 29, Brooke Wesker.
Well, Brooke Waleka gets most valuable goaltender. As they call it here, best goalkeeper. Absolutely, Warlord. Hey, you pitch a shutout in the gold medal game. You've earned that. Nobody's going to argue against that award. Congratulations to her, your family back home watching. She totally earned it.
Die beste Verteidigerin von unserem Team, the best defense woman from team. Czech Republic, number 6, Petra Hercegova.
So best defender goes to the Czech Republic, Petra Hercegova. Outstanding player again. Called several of the Czech Republic games. Very deserving. Exceedingly smart hockey IQ. Great legs, high motor. Just seemingly always in the right place at the right time. Congratulations to her.
The best forward from team. Czech Republic, 98, Kristina Kartikova.
So best forward goes to the Czech Republic, number 98, Kristina Kaltunkova. I said at the beginning of the game she was their best player. I'm not surprised to see her win this award. She scored a lot of big goals for the Czech Republic this week. She really did. She was a factor in every game. Obviously, the United States focused on neutralizing her. They forced her to take a bad penalty here. But she has a very bright future ahead of her, that amazing lady. So the most valuable player coming up. So the most valuable player goes to Team Canada, number 22. Caroline Upshaw. She set a record in the bronze medal game. She had 7 points in a medal game. That's a record for the women's division. Canada won that game 7-0. So she had a point on every goal. Absolutely a factor for Team Canada. Not surprised to see her win MVP. Just a tremendous player all around.
The best scorer from team USA, number 6, Emma Seitz.
Well, Emma Seitz, that was the one that was no surprise. Top scorer. Scored the biggest goal of her life here, right off of that feed from Levin. As they're going to go ahead and line up for some pitchers here. Seitz and Waleka receiving congratulations across the board from the team there. Going go ahead and announce the All-Star team now.
We will now announce the Women's All-Star Team Ball Hockey World Championship.
So Seitz ending up with 8 points in 8 games, 7 goals, 1 assist.
United Nations 29, Helena Gabriel.
So goalkeeper for the All-Star team from the United Nations. No surprise there. We had talked about her several times on the ISBHF channel. I'm telling you, this lady played amazing. She really did. Trying to make sure I pronounce her name right. Helena Gabriel.
From Team Argentina, Großbritannien, Great Britain, number 5, Casey Trail.
All right, so from Great Britain, number 5, Casey Trail.
Up to next one, Argentina, from Team Schweiz, Switzerland, 97, Rebecca Buchwürfer.
Well, loud ovation for number 97 from Switzerland, Helena Prokova, making the tournament all-star team. Always good to see somebody from the home country make it. You know, these Swiss fans came out and really did a tremendous job supporting those ladies.
Die Stürmerinnen sind befordert aus der Mannschaft vom Team Canada, 47, Nayla Vigneault-Sargent.
So from Canada, Nayla Vigneault-Sargent, another young player that has a very bright future ahead of her. Scored today in the bronze medal game and I believe had 2 assists. It's also a big factor last year in the Women's Junior World Championship in Litoměřice. And then we have a player from Slovakia. I'm just trying to read the names here. It's hard to hear the PA announcer. Patricia Maria Drzanova.
Aus der Mannschaft from Team USA, 19, Catherine Murphy.
And from Team USA, number 19, Catherine Murphy makes the tournament all-star team. US racking up the awards. All right, time to pass out the medals now. See some US fans in attendance here. The Let's Go USA sign.
Das Team, das den 2. Platz der ISBHF Ballhockey-Weltmeisterschaft der Frauen 2024 belegt, ist das Team Czechia. The team finishing at 2nd place of the 2024 ISBHF Women's World Ball Hockey Championship is Team Czech Republic.
So the Czech Republic will walk forward now and receive their medals from Hockey Ball President Martin Komarek, along with ISBHF President Elio Pascuzzo. As the Czech players continue to support their team, banging the drum. Czechs walk over to the United States and shake hands. Always good sportsmanship. Another chant of the drum with Czechia breaks out. Hey, listen, I know it's a silver medal. You wanted gold. You came so close, but, you know, some people argue I'd rather finish last than finish second, but, you know, all the work you put in, I've been saying it all week, right? It's a year and a half for most of these teams of preparation. You know, people got to stay healthy. They got to take time off from work, right? You know, trainers, volunteers, family, right, has to put up with people being gone. So much goes into winning. It's so hard to get to this level. And then when you get here, you come so close, right? You can almost smell it. That's why silver is so bitter. But, you know, once the disappointment wears off, you know, you go home, you look at that silver medal, and you say, you know what, I got this for the rest of my life. Nobody can take that away from me. I worked hard. I may not have come in first, right, but I beat all the other teams but one. And that, in and of itself, is a huge accomplishment that you will carry for the rest of your life. And again, getting back to the point of, you know, winning is hard, I think back to a quote I saw from an old 1980s coach in professional football, Bill Walsh. He was given an interview one time, and the discussion turned over the topics of winning. It was during the 49ers dynasty in the 80s, and I can't remember the exact question, but it was something to the effect of, you know, the 49ers make winning look so easy, you know, yet it's so hard for everyone else. You know, why is winning so hard? And Walsh's response was great. It stuck with me my entire life. He said something to the effect of, winning is hard because it takes a lot of things that most people don't have in them to do. And that's what separates winners from the rest of us. I'm reminded of that quote now for some reason. Winning requires a lot of things that most people don't have in them to do. As the Czechs accept the beautiful hand-sculpted second place trophy made by a local company. Again, here, we posted about this on the website. It's made by a local company here in Visp that hires only people with disabilities. So these are handcrafted wooden trophies. They're absolutely gorgeous when you see them up close. I tell you, take a look at some of the pictures on our social media. Just beautiful. It's the only way I can describe it. Beautiful.
Der Sieger der ISBHF Weltmeisterschaft der Damen 2024 ist das Team Vereinigte Staaten. The 2024 ISBHF Women's World Ball Hockey Championship is Team USA.
And now the USA will come over and receive their gold medals from USA Ball Hockey, Director of Hockey Operations and Men's, head coach who will play for the bronze medal tomorrow, Corey Hirsch. I can only imagine the feeling. Can only imagine it. All the work you put in. All the blood, gut, sweat, and tears, the sacrifices, the block shots. All the practices, all those laps you have to run. All those drills the coaches have you do. This is what you do all that for. To make it, you know. This is why you lift all those weights. This is why you run all those laps. It's for this moment. You are a champion, and again, nobody can ever take that away from you. No matter what happens the rest of your life, you have a gold medal. You came to Visp, Switzerland, competed with the best of the best of the best, and you beat them all. You're walking out on top. You'll never forget it the rest of your life. So for the United States, this is the third gold medal in the country's history. The first gold medal was won in 2006 in Italy by the U20 junior team. Bill Sullivan, assistant coach for the U.S. men's team, was on that team. 2024 ISBHF Hall of Fame inductee Andrew Hildreth was on that team. Bobby Hauser, that was a team that anybody familiar with the U.S. men's ball hockey community, that team was loaded. And a lot of those players ended up competing in the 2010s. They were on the 2015 Zug team. Bill Allen from Buffalo was on that team. And then it took a long time for the U.S. to win another gold medal, for reasons that'll probably never be clear to any of us involved in the USA ball hockey community. It certainly was not for lack of effort or organization or coaches or whatnot. They had opportunities, and they didn't win one again until the Masters. The women's Masters team won one, right, in 2022 in the Czech Republic. And now in the women's division, they get their first ever gold medal. Third in U.S. history. See USA ball hockey photographer and unsung hero of all of the tournaments in the United States, Miss Terry Milby, who was the official photographer for us at the ISBHF at the 2023 Masters in Buffalo. Just puts in endless hours capturing all these moments that people will be able to cherish for a lifetime. Can't say enough great things about the job Terry does. Also the GM for the Legends and Masters divisions as they play the national anthem of the United States. Well, as an American, I always clap after the anthem. Unbelievable sight here at Lonza Arena as the U.S. is about to receive this utterly gorgeous trophy, be presented by, again, GM Hockey of Operations Corey Hirsch, Elio Pascuzzo, U.S. players draped in the flag. Boy, how long they've waited for this moment, huh? 17 long years since Jamie Cook put that first team together in 2007. Handed the baton to Jason Kelly, and utterly incredible. to watch them be able to celebrate as they raise the trophy, your gold medal champion for 2024 in the women's division, the United States of America. There's a moment in announcing when you're early in your career where you learn what the phrase "let the moment breathe" means. I hope you enjoyed that moment as the U.S. continues to celebrate. Congratulations to everybody back home who supported these amazing ladies. Nobody can win without the support of family and friends back home, believe me. Ask anybody who's ever played elite level sports, they'll tell you, if they don't have the support of the family, it just doesn't put you in the right mental state, and you're going to be a hindrance to your team. So believe me, for the fans and the family and the friends and everybody back home that did anything to support these amazing ladies, you had a part in this. See Angelo Toronto riling up the girls there. Good for you, Angelo. And now Jason Kelly, after all these years, kisses the trophy and raises it. I know Jason's family's watching back home, said to say hi to everybody. Appreciate all the support and love that you give him. He couldn't do what he does without your support, wife and kids, all the people involved in his companies. Cool Hockey Events, 2 and 10 Custom Apparel. So tomorrow, folks, we have 3 more games to go to conclude the 2024 ISBHF World Ball Hockey Championships. Opening game will be the men's B pool final, Italy taking on Lebanon. After that, we will have the men's bronze medal game featuring your United States of America taking on the hometown Switzerland. And then after that, what we refer to as the big one, right? The men's gold medal game. The defending champs Canada, looking to repeat against the powerhouse Czech Republic team. Looking forward to all those games. I'll be calling them all. Hope everybody back home joins us. Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast. I'm going to go ahead and sign off for the night. Rest the vocal cords. Be back tomorrow morning. Enjoy it. For those of you back home in the United States, again, could be a once-in-a-lifetime experience for many of you, so savor the moment. Congratulations to the coaching staff, everybody involved, USA Ball Hockey, GM of Hockey Operations, Corey Hirsch, USA Ball Hockey President Chris Banks, the Board of Directors, Tom Ruiz, our Vice President, everybody that plays a role in helping to organize all of the people to get them over here, set up the camps, all that stuff. Everybody, take a bow. It's well-deserved. Signing off for the night, folks. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you tomorrow. Congratulations again. Your final score, the gold medal goes to the United States over the Czech Republic, 3-0.